Be honest. How many times did you cry?
Um,
You can be honest.
yeah,
We're vulnerable
so
podcasts.
I,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not ashamed, man. I cried definitely when, we always talk about how our dads have like affected our sports, and one of the first questions that JB was asked, like in his little post game, was like, how great does it feel to have your dad here watching it and experiencing this with you? And how much it means to have him by your side. And I just had to just kind of walk away from the TV a little bit and,
Yeah.
shed a tear and
For
come
sure.
back because, I mean, you guys have the same impact on both your kids. So it was a few times, man, and just kind of seeing the random highlights and the, seeing the people freak out, the real Nick fans, and it was just a uniting moment for a lot of people.
Hits and hoop season.
Welcome to Hits and Hoops. I'm Tyler, as always. I'm here with my pick and roll partner, Chicho. What's good, Dixon?
What's the word, son? Hey, New York edition, you heard?
And I got my guard in the corner, Connor. What's good?
Stuff, fellas, man. It's a great day.
It's a fantastic episode. The New York Knicks are the 2026 NBA champions.
Mm.
Oh, he's already got the merch on.
Fresh off the press, boy.
Connor already got the merch on, man. Shout out to you. I didn't think you'd have it this early, but I should have known better.
Should have known better,
Um,
man.
so today for the episode, we're going to talk about the finals, and we're going to also talk about a few NBA rapid fire for the playoff teams that obviously did not make it because the Knicks are the champions. But before we get started, make sure you'll like, subscribe, comment, share, IG, TikTok, Spotify, and YouTube. Apple also. Numbers have been great. I don't know if y'all been seeing, but numbers have been pretty good, and I'm happy. Finals been
Street
great.
Farm's going
Social's been
crazy.
great. Yeah, it's been sick. But yo, before we get into the series, Connor, I need you to tell me what this meant to you and what was the moment like when it happened.
Yeah, man. It was surreal. It's still a little surreal for me, honestly. Like I was having conversations with people after, people I haven't talked to, old friends and
Yeah,
people I
hell
used to
yeah.
work with, and like guys I played ball with, just being like, "Yo, I can't believe it." And I feel like I'm on the team in the sense of like, how they're always like, "Well, it hasn't sunk it in yet." Even as a fan. I'm just like I'm waiting for something to happen. Be like, nah, this was all just a joke, man. It's a sick, cruel joke. But it meant everything to me, man. I've never seen, besides the Yankees, but I've never seen my team like that. I feel like the Knicks and the Jets are on a different echelon for me, like with teams, because like that's like my main teams, and I was fully ready to never see either of them win a championship ever.
Come
And
on,
I just
man.
You
kind of felt it
accepted
was
that.
always, yeah. And I was just like, you know what? Like, we're on a cool run. It reminded me of the Jets in like 2010. Went to back-to-back AFC championship games. Like, oh, it's kind of the same thing, but we never got past it and held the trophy. And I was just kind of sitting there like, this shit really just happened. It
And
was insane, man.
who was the first person you called?
Dude, I was just at home. My boy Frank was texting me about the free throws that they were missing and how we spent a lot of time in the gym just working on free throws. Even when we weren't even playing, we're playing men's league, but we were in there just staying
Yeah.
ready just in case. And
For the
just
call up to the NBA.
just in case somebody needed a free throw, I was coming in the game, man.
Thank God you were practicing. Oh.
Little 10 day.
But yeah, I mean, I talked to my mom. I was at my boy's house. My other two boys from New York, we were on the phone together, just kind of like we just couldn't believe what just happened. Just the not even just winning, about how they navigated that series from game one to game five was it was like a scripted movie, like in a good way. And it just seemed like a team of destiny.
Yo, you know what I noticed, and I don't know if we've really this has really happened in the last couple of years. There's so many New York fans, right? There's so
Mm.
many, if they're from New York, if they don't follow sports, they're going to be Knicks by default because they're from New York. Whatever the case may be, this championship affected so many different people throughout the country.
Affected culture, fam.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Connor, be honest. How many times did you cry?
Um,
You can be honest.
yeah,
We're
so
vulnerable podcasts.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not ashamed, man. I cried definitely when, we always talk about how our dads have like affected our sports. And, one of the first questions that JB was asked, like in his little post game, was like, how great does it feel to have your dad here watching it and experiencing this with you? And how much it means to have him by your side. And I just had to test, kind of walk away from the TV a little bit and,
Yeah.
shed a tear and
For
come
sure.
back because, I mean, you guys have the same impact on both your kids. So it was a few times, man, and just kind of seeing the random highlights and the, seeing the people freak out, the real Nick fans, and it was just a uniting moment for a lot of people. One of my buddies told me that it's like, they watched it heal my inner child. And it's
Ah,
just it's crazy because when I thought about it, I was like, you know what, man, you're completely correct.
For
Because
sure.
it just like kind of like filled a little hole in my heart that
Yes,
never's been
sir.
filled before.
And that's a
so
permanent fix. That ain't a
Forever, man.
temporary.
They'll always
Yeah.
be
yeah,
a champ.
yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah. So where does this championship rank for like New York? I know we have the Jets, um, both Giant. I mean, I know you're not a Giants fan, but it's still
Yeah,
New
no.
York. Both Giants Super Bowls.
All the
Um,
Yankees.
all the Yankees. Was it 17 or 20 something?
27, yeah.
27. Where do you think this ranks?
Yeah, non-biased, this just might be number one, man, because I think
Yeah,
it just meant so much to the city, and it just kind of encapsulated what New York fans are all about. It's just the grit, never giving up. They could be down 30, they could be down 50, they could be down 60, and they're gonna still be, it's funny, I was listening to one of the little mic'd up moments, and this kind of, shows how great of a leader Brunson is. It's like, we've been here before. We could just play basketball now. Let's just keep chipping away. And I think that's kind of the mindset of, New York, life is just keep chipping away at it. Something's gonna break. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna get to where you want to go. And I just think that it kind of brought, with all the haters too, like that are on these, you know, TV shows and Twitters and how much, they're not gonna do it, and Draymond and Stephen A. Smith, and it's like they did all that and it just meant everything. So I'm putting this at number one. I just don't think there's anything better.
Dixon, what you think about that? I like his argument. Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's got to be up there. I mean, for now, it's number one, but I'm gonna have to say a couple of those Yankees ones got to be up there. Jeter and them boys. The Giants ones got to be up there because that was like David beat Goliath, and then I would say this one for sure. But piggyback off what Connor said, for me, one of the most touching moments was when he was like first celebrating with his dad on the bench, like when they realized they won and everything. That was like, oh shoot, now I get why like that's super dope. That moment, you feel me?
yeah,
And then you see, I'm sure y'all seen the videos of him like training him when he was like 14 years old or whatever. So you understand the grind. Beautiful thing to
yeah.
see.
Hell yeah. All right, so let's get into the series as a whole. First two games go New York. First game's close. Second game, not so much. Third game, the Trump game, San Antonio wins.
The Trump game.
The Trump game, that game just felt so big, but it was like big in not a basketball way. It was big because like Trump was there, and there was an energy from New. When it was New York, was like the energy in there being the first finals game in 30 years, and Trump being there and the celebrities. The moment was huge.
Yeah.
It was a huge moment. You could feel it through the TV. So San Antonio won that one. Game four, biggest comeback of all time in the playoffs. We were all texting about it. Incredible moment. Connor, as a series rolling through, how are you feeling in the beginning compared to the end.
Yeah, let's go game by game. So game one, they all went the same.
Yeah, they all went the same.
Game
Yeah.
one, San Antonio came out swinging. JB was shaky down the stretch, clutched it. What did you think after game one, Connor? Were you confident? Were you nervous?
I mean, it was hard to be nervous after like seeing the game like that and how it went down. Like, because I feel like we we were we were down the whole series. I think, we didn't lead for very much of any of those games.
27% was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, nothing.
Ridiculous.
So, just kind of seeing them with Wemby and, we always talked about how, young teams, they make those mental mistakes and they make them in the toughest parts and the most important parts. I always say, people at work and even, when I'm just talking to people here, it's like, pressure does two things. It makes diamonds or it bursts pipes. You got to choose which one you're going to be. And, San Antonio just, they're a great team, but they just haven't been there before. You got guys like
Right.
McHale that's been there before. OG's
New
won a
York's been there the
title.
last 3 years.
Yeah,
So I know
so
what it feels like.
they just know. I think they just kind of had that mindset of like, hey, if we just go in and we just hang on, they're gonna do something that they're gonna just alter this game. And they did. Game one was just crazy to, see the pass off the back and all that. I mean, it was one of those where it's like, oh shit, we probably shouldn't have won that game, but we did.
That pass off the back reminded me of the J.R. Smith shit. That's what it reminded
It's
me
up
of.
there. It's up
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I would say after the first two games, it was all about Cat. He was the
Yeah.
MVP of the series those first two games. He was playing the best ball of his life those first two games, outplaying Wemby clearly. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, they got this. If you're telling me Cat's gonna outplay Wemby, we got this. Then we go to game three. Cat, from that point out, was out of the series due to foul trouble. And it was
Stupid
crazy because,
fouls.
like, almost all of those were overturned calls where they called something on Wemby. Wemby was like, no, 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 no. He was holding me first. Saw the replay, saw that's what it was. Stupid ass fouls. Got in foul trouble quickly and early in every quarter, which took him completely out of the game. Which one was game three? That was the Trump game.
Yes, sir.
So were you nervous at this point?
I felt like, okay, we're up 2-0, we're going back home. I said to my boy, there's probably like a 5% chance we win this game.
It was
So
just
Just
you
too
felt
much
it,
because,
shit
yeah.
going on.
yeah, the
Yeah, you
pressure
felt it.
cooker, man. Like it just felt like it was caving it, like the garden
Yep.
wall was getting close, and everybody's there, and now everybody's really there for game three because now,
Yo, you know what it felt like? It felt like watching like a college game when the crowd is on the court.
yeah,
Like I think it's what UNC or Duke. Their
mhm,
their arena is famous for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's what it felt like, but like
You
in
can
New
feel
York.
it in either way.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like
100%.
if it goes bad, it's gonna go really bad as
Yeah.
yeah,
well.
yeah. It was tough because I remember I think our first three possessions we had three turnovers, and it wasn't like off of a steal; it was off of like a just a legit. Like Josh Hart went like this and then ran and the ball was back. Like there was so many things where like in that first minute you were like, oh, it's too much right now. And
Yeah,
those are games that you see that can break teams completely.
for
Yeah.
Because
sure.
they lose that confidence. All of a sudden that Cat went from being big body Cat and dominating and screaming and dunking and everything to like this real passive ticky tack, like giving up weird fouls for no reason. But we've seen him do that a lot, actually. Like it's kind of his thing.
You said that. You always said that was his
Yeah,
thing.
you
Him
did.
him getting stupid
Yeah,
fouls,
and
and he
like
just
think
kept
it's
doing it.
like where Wemby's like
And then doing
clearly
some
just
sassy ass commentary on top
yeah
of it. Like, come on,
every
gang.
time.
So game three, Spurs win. It's predicted, right?
Scary.
Still
Yeah.
a close game. So at this point, Cat's kind of fallen in the MVP race. JB's there on numbers and on clutch. But
Yeah.
like
Clutchest player.
I thought by his standards, he was having a rough series by this point.
Shooting
Defense
wise.
was incredibly tough. They was
Yeah.
super physical. It was a bloodbath out there, actually. Like
But
that
he
was
took it
one of
up.
the most physical finals I've seen since like Detroit and them boys,
Mhm.
like Tayshaun Prince and them boys. Like refs held the whistle. It was kind of dope to see, but certain points it was like, all right, this has gone a little bit too far, which is crazy
Mhm.
because we complain about flopping and shit. Game four, bro. Connor, let me tell you from my experience. First three games, it felt like I felt like when I was watching OKC versus Spurs, where I'm like, man, no matter what OKC does, they could play the best game of their lives. Spurs are still gonna have a chance right there at the end. And that's how it felt like, but the roles were reversed. But for game four, Spurs came out on one, bro.
Yeah.
On They came out fucking on fire. Build up like a what, 29-point lead, like by the
Mhm.
half. At this point, I was like, yo, the Spurs do this, Knicks are in trouble. Ain't no way.
I thought the same
Spurs
thing. Yeah.
beat the brakes off the Knicks like this, tie it up 2-2, and go back to San Antonio. The Knicks are in big trouble. I'm like, because look, the refs is letting them play, and that kind of favors San Antonio. In the end, we'll figure out. We figured out it didn't. But man, what did you think watching this game? Like, did you start to lose faith at some point? Like, be real, like, it was rough.
Oh, yeah. And anybody that tells you they didn't is lying to you.
Of
Like
course,
there
bro.
there was a moment where I just was like, I just remember I was sitting with my boy Chris, and I just said that they don't want to win today. You could just tell they were dejected. They had no heart. It just kind of looked like they were kind of giving up. Spurs were hitting everything.
Everything.
I don't think Vassell like missed a three. He was like shooting like 68% from
I
like
think at
three.
one point they were like 8 for 12 or some shit from
When
three.
Vassell
Yeah.
gets hot, that whole team goes
Oh my
crazy.
God. Then Champagne
Yeah.
was wet, and then Vic hit a couple threes, and it just I kind of was sitting there. I was like, damn, like the same thing you said. I said there might be wraps for us if we go down 2-2 and you lose like a nail biter. It's like, okay, well, fuck, we were right
It's the
there and we
way it
lost.
was happening,
It's the
bro.
ways. Yeah.
Belt to ass from
Bad.
first second to just past the third quarter maybe. And I always tell my buddies that I'm watching the game with, I was like, hey, you keep it. If it gets to half and you're down 15, 12, you're in striking
Get
distance.
it under
At
20.
the end, under 20, you got a shot. And they didn't keep it under 20, obviously. So I kind of was
But
like,
if this
fuck it.
was any other team, I would have checked out mentally.
Yeah,
But bro, y'all gotta remember this New York team did this last year
they did it this year too
We did it
Versus
this year too.
Indiana and all them.
against the Cavs.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, this team, you can't stop watching. You
Mm-mm.
gotta stay there because this team has shown they're gonna come back. What are you gonna say, Tyler?
So let me ask y'all, because this obviously this was catastrophic. This was the worst thing that could have happened to the Spurs, right? They scored 30 in the second half, which is, you scored 73 in the first half and you scored 30 in the next half. It's unexcusable. Do you guys look at this as a coaching issue? Because all I know is I would see most times down the floor they would take a quick 3-point shot, miss 4 or 5 in a row, and then all of a sudden Knicks got 10 transition points and it's a 15-point game. Do you think this was had the problem with youth, coaching? They got too relaxed. Why did they lose that game? Obviously, they missed a shitload of shots, but did they become too 3-point heavy because they were so good with them in the first half? What was the problem? And my thing is, if this was a coaching issue, it's not a good sign. If this was a youth issue, okay, it's a fucking terrible thing that happened, but we have to learn from it, and they will, right? Because they're 5 years old, right? What do you guys think the reason of the collapse was? Because
Yeah, I
we
mean,
all watched it, but
yeah.
it was like there's something else that I don't know, I can't see is happening, because it was almost like all the players were like, "Yo, your childhood dog died," and then that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit of everything you said, but at the end of the day, all of that does go back to coaching. Because if you're a great coach, as soon as you start to see a run or they're losing energy or they're just forcing shots, You call a timeout. You
Yes.
refocus the team. Hey, fuck the 3-pointer. Let's take clock off. Let's wear them down on the inside. Let's just do what we just did for the last, you know, 36 minutes. Just do that here. Stop forcing shots. You guys are up 25. You're up 20. You're up 15. Why are you launching threes? Like, I get the mindset is like, oh, well, we haven't fucking missed yet.
Yeah.
But, there's a time to to shift the focus to let's win this game and let's get out of here. Let's kill some clock. So, I mean, he didn't take too many timeouts. I think he took, timeouts too late. And then the youth part comes in where I think Wemby missed both those free throws at the end of the game to really leave the door completely open. So it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that was huge.
you're the face of the league now, or you're one of two or three faces of the league, and you get down to the point where like, here's the game, just go put one of these in the basket. They're free, and he bricks both. So,
And
I
people
think
haven't
he's
been
learned
on
that
his
one.
ass enough for that.
Oh yeah,
But
people
Tyler, I
forgot.
think I think it's a combination of both, bro. I think it's the coaching because, like Connor said, the timeouts, some of the lineups where it was like when you could have rested Wemby, you didn't, and when you needed him, you rested him, things like that. But a huge part is that youth, bro, because a coach could do the best he can. You still need an OG on that bench or on that floor to really get the players right. And they were looking at De'Aaron Fox to do that. Them young puppies were out there like, yo, we need just somebody to lead us. We're good enough. We just need someone to show us how to do it. De'Aaron said, I got y'all, and fucking failed and fucking fumbled the bag and was nonchalant about it too. That's what gets you even more mad.
He had a lot of moments where I remember three
He played
possessions in a
awful.
row.
He played awful, and how beautiful Dylan Harper was playing, the fact
Yeah.
that he took all his minutes, that's also on coaching. Fam, this is the finals. It don't matter about contract and egos right now. All that shit is out the window. Everything's out the
Well,
window.
game five, rolling into game five.
Wait,
Bill,
and then the OG tipping.
oh,
Like that.
yo.
No,
Let's not
no,
skip that, man.
in terms of game Tyler,
Yeah. Incredible.
in terms
Ridiculous.
of game winners, I mean,
Yeah.
that's top three I've ever seen. Like I can't, bruh.
Yo, very atrocious Brunson shot. I thought he could have made a way better
And
shot
by
for
this
himself.
point,
And
OG, once he made that finals MVP leader. Because
when
he
he
was
made it,
sneakily
yeah.
consistent and he wasn't putting up the numbers Brunson was, but his efficiency and how he was playing on both sides, Kawhi Leonard 3.0.
My favorite things that he was doing is he was catching Wemby off the dribble, and then he would drive past him and too
Please, no,
strong and slam it.
can we get into
I
that shit?
love that. That
Can
was
we
like
get into that
Picasso.
shit? He
Yeah, I mean,
waited, bumped his skinny ass, and then went up strong. Didn't even have to jump high or nothing. Just had to go up strong.
just go up strong. Yeah.
Hey, Jose Alvarado. Well, hey, I'll tell you one man who not scared of Wemby, Jose Alvarado, and Brunson too. Brunson got Wemby a couple times. I'm like, dude, I don't even know how he's getting the shot off.
Yo, so in game five, when did you guys think that the game was over? At what moment did you think the Knicks won?
When they hit
Because
zeros, man.
no, yes, because if y'all remember all of the OG, we had good free throw shooters at the line. They all went 50%.
That pressure went
Mhm.
crazy.
It was wild. It was like, yo, you make these, you win the NBA finals. So
I
it was
think,
crazy. So for me, for myself, it was the Dylan Harper missed layup on the left side
oh my God,
because
crucial.
he's made all of those. And once the lid went on for him, because no one else was doing shit. Like, let's be real. They were Wemby had an okay game, for him. Defensively started out with 5 blocks. He had,
Yeah.
I think 3 steals also. But Harper down the stretch was like trying to take this game by the balls. And once he missed that layup, because it was just at that moment, I think it was like a minute left
Yeah,
for them
no.
to keep contending. New York went back down to half. So then
To
after that,
me,
they had to foul. They had to foul.
I think it was, bro. I think it was when Brunson. Let's get back to the on the court shit. When Brunson took a page out of OG's book, had Wemby, did a little like hezzy pause, wait for him, bump, finish. I'm like, oh, that's it, buddy. You're telling me Brunson's gonna go at Wemby in the clutch, drive the ball and make it? This guy's too good right now.
Connor, what was your moment? Winning a 0-0?
I mean, kind of, but I got to go back to game four real fast because we
Yeah, yeah,
missed.
yeah.
We
Because
missed
you
a
talk about a
lot.
miss. You talk
We
about a
missed a
missed
lot.
layup, and Josh
Josh
Hart's
Hart.
missed layup dunk, reminiscent of the Ewing fingertip miss. And I sat there in the hallway of my boy's house watching it on my phone, and I just said, "We just did all that for this man who has bled,
His
dove
career
on the
was
ground,
supposed to be ruined at that point.
and he could have just put that he was high enough, he was going fast enough, he could have dunked it. I'm gonna leave that alone because it got handled at
That
the
is a
end.
career ruining type mistake. But then Wemby went and missed two free
Yeah,
throws.
did his thing. But I think the game five, I think um, once JB started to get in his bag and he kind of made three, four, five buckets in a row with the step back, hezzy, 1 foot floater, falling
Yeah,
down up this way, go up to, like the Dixon said, attacking Wemby. It didn't. It looked like he was like, okay, everybody just watch out. Like I got this, and that's what I think you see superstars do in any sport. Everybody's like this, and then they come out and like, give me that thing. That's a Kobe move. That's a
hmm
LeBron move. That's a Steph move. That's a Shea move. Like, I got y'all. Don't even worry about it. Have 45 of the 94. Unheard
Incredible.
of.
This was like this game reminded me for Brunson like the Giannis game, the closeout when he had
masterpiece.
50, what was it, 51 or something like that. Just
He
give
went
me
like
the ball.
what 11 or free throws or some shit.
It's wild, yeah. Um, Big body Brunson. Yo,
Let's talk about him though. Finals MVP.
yeah. So first question I want to tell y'all. Well, Brunson has 53 wins in the playoff, the most in the playoffs this decade for a player. 53 wins in the playoffs. Obviously, that's with Dallas, but he's been here. He knows what these big moments feel like. Does this make him a Hall of Famer?
I mean, I'm gonna give you a slightly biased opinion, but I think if he retires right, I feel like the NBA Hall of Fame is really easy to get into. Honestly, it's probably the easiest to get into is the Basketball Hall of Fame. But I think just what he does, you know, him as a person already has a lot of votes just because he's the great teammate, took the pay cut. He's not a selfish guy. He doesn't got a big ego. But what he does on the court, and he's a champion, he's a finals MVP, and things like, do y'all know who led the playoffs? I don't know, fourth quarter scoring in 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25, and
Hey, since the
26.
Mavericks days.
You know what I mean? Like those things are not normal things. Those are Hall of Fame things. Obviously he needs to continue. I don't think he needs to win another one to be a Hall of Famer, but just keep playing like he does. Yeah, absolutely.
I would say, I mean, I'm gonna try to hold it to a higher standard. I'm gonna say not right now, but it's not because he hasn't done enough. He just needs to
Mhm.
do 2 more years All-Star. That's it. That's all
Two
I
more
need you to.
years
You
of
don't even gotta
contending.
win another ring. 2 more years All NBA All-Star, and you got it. Because it just has to be, a longevity thing. But yeah, no, for sure. Tyler, talk to me about Brunson, fam. Like, what do you think about him now after everything we witnessed?
All right. I've told you guys this in the past, right? If small guards in the playoffs are hunted, unless you have an elite trait at something, could be whatever speed, a la John Wall. It could be shooting. Steph Curry. So there's different variations of this. Okay. I
It's all
think,
hunted on defense.
yes, that you're played off the court because of your defensive liability, right?
Yes.
There's
Like we've
certain
seen
stars. So Tyler Hero's the one that comes to
Tyler
me.
Hero, Duncan Robinson,
It's a
a lot
Lou
of
Will,
players.
all those just incredibly offensive players, but there's just a zero like Trey Young on defense, right?
Yes. Luka
Brunson,
Doncic.
Brun, but he's not little. He might not be a good defender, but he's not little. Anyways, I think this proves that you can do it. You can have your main guy, your number one, if they're
You need a
special enough.
great team. No. You need a great
If,
defensive team behind
but
you.
we are witnessing, and this is going to sound crazy to say, I think he's the clutchest player that we've seen in the last 25 years. I think his comebacks, leading all these comebacks,
Yeah, no.
that's
Yeah.
not a mistake.
No,
They were
and you know
down
what?
every game by more than 12. They were down 22. They've had the most comebacks in a playoff, the most points. It's I don't know if that's true. I mean, I just came up with that, but the way he not only leads his
Sounded
team,
great.
but scores in those moments, and also fourth quarter. Connor shit backed me up with what he said. The last 5 years, like
Yeah.
this guy is.
And now he has the most points in a playoff comeback. Greatest
Listen,
playoff
when you
comeback, greatest finals comeback. Like he holds those now too.
yes, and when you think of Brunson, like okay, like if I said, give me a Paul George clutch moment, you could maybe if you thought about, you could maybe think of one, right?
No, just because I know Ball that one year with the Clippers when Kawhi
Right.
was out, he was
Right.
clutch. That was
O-
it. He done
Okay,
had a 15-year career.
so you remember that one, like, oh, remember when PG did this with Brunson? You cannot think of a time where he failed, because if he did, maybe during a regular season game or whatever, one or two times you can think of more times that he did it than anything else, than anybody else. Think about it, Connor. You could
Nah,
probably give me 5 off the top of your head from this playoffs.
No, for sure. I mean, I think this is like with New York sports, it's you could be great in the regular season, but it really starts when you're in those moments. I think that's why sometimes it's hard to back up Aaron Judge a lot, right? Because he's a great player, but when he gets to where the lights are the brightest, he does not get it done. You look at a guy like Derek Jeter, doesn't have the talent that Judge has, doesn't have the power, doesn't have those big stats. But when it came down to it, he came up. You could ask any Yankee fan, and in a clutch moment, you could be like, "All right, it's Jeet, man, it's captain. He'll come through." You get
he'll
Judge up
make the
there, you're
right
like,
play.
"This motherfucker gonna strike out 5 times tonight," and he does it too.
This motherfucker gonna strike
So
out.
once I saw JB get that look in his eye, once he saw that one midi go in, I was like, all right. Then it was two, then it was three and a four in a row. Then you can just tell like there's a switch that flips with him in that fourth quarter, man. It's something that not every superstar has.
No,
Well, he's got it.
the
And he
older
and
that
he got a playoff level. That's rare.
That's
You
the
got
biggest thing.
playoff Rondo, playoff Kawhi. Like it's few,
Jimmy.
few. Playoff Jimmy, and
Yeah.
now playoff Brunson.
Shout
Bro,
out
the
Jimmy
man is
Butler, man.
plus 10 every rating in the fourth quarter.
Damn. So what I've noticed when we've all gotten older, we've seen more of these big moments in the last 20 years, right? And we've seen it time and time again. What I'm more realizing now is that you can be great in the regular season, and it's awesome. It's fun. Your team can be really good. You can have good stats,
You
bad
can make
play.
a lot of fucking money doing
You
it.
can, yeah, that's fun. But when the playoffs start, that's if your name is going to be etched in history.
Legacy.
That is what's going to be remembered in stone. And Brunson is fucking digging deep into that. And it's awesome to see, man.
No, I wanna go back to what you said. You say he makes it possible. I think he's an anomaly. I think it's rare, super rare. Not every team's gonna be able to do it. I think you need to have a great defensive and a great flexible defensive team behind you to do it with a smaller guard. And man, yeah, I don't know, I think he's just different. For me, the favorite clutch moment it was just on some nerdy shit. But that like one step Dirk Nowitzki mid range fadeaway game one,
Yeah.
that's when I was like, oh
Mm.
fuck, like
Dude,
he's damn
when he made, I think he did like 4 or 5 times in the whole series when he made a three over Wemby.
over Wemby.
Mm.
Bro, that was like a game breaker in NBA Street.
That's
It was
literally what it felt like. And bro, what the thing that made him be able to do all this, his demeanor. That's what I want the young kids to focus. Like Wemby and him are opposites. Wemby wears his emotion on his sleeve. He's gonna go up high, he's gonna go down low. But when you're like that, you make yourself vulnerable at certain times. When you're like Brunson, even kill the whole time, don't know if he was ever mad or happy. That's how you get it done. That's how you stay focused
Yeah, I mean, I
the
think
whole
you saw
time.
that the biggest difference is like with what you just talked about is, and they're talking about on like first take and all that. When that buzzer went off, what did the Spurs do? Game five. Took off. No handshake, no dap, no love.
Right.
JB went right to Mitch Johnson,
Went right to Mitch Johnson, boy.
gave him a hug, gave him his flowers, whatever. And I'm not a big Draymond fan. Draymond is a Knicks hater. But that man came out and said, apologized first off. And I thought it was one of the coolest things. What he said was, he goes, him and some assistant coach for the Warriors said, if you lose in the finals or whatever, you go look your killer in the face and you say, hey, y'all got us.
Yes, sir.
And, you dap them up. And, hey, we'll see y'all next year. And for, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big Draymond fan, but when he said that, I was like, oh, it's levels to this. And he talked about that. He's like, he said that, JB now owns him forever because he made him walk off the court like that. And I was like, you know what? That's true. Because like like a hard fought series, I know the emotions were high, but like you walk off the court, you're the leader of the team, and you take your team off the court. Don't say what's nothing. Think that's the big difference where the emotion is it's so important, and Brunson really just kind of holds it together. And I think that trickles down to the team too. Every time there's something going on,
Exactly.
everybody gets pulled back. They pull him back. Rick Brunson gets there, pulls him back, and they deal with it over here. So I'm Dixon 100% right on that.
so we know we were just talking about Brunson. We know OG, how much of an impact he had. We had Cat. Who are some of the unsung heroes in this series? Connor, I'm gonna start with you.
I got five, man.
Perfect.
Five. My first one is the coaching staff overall, but specifically Mike Brown, obviously, Rick Brunson, and then a real unsung hero is Chris Gent, who I know not a lot of people know who that even is. He coached our summer league team to the championship this past year. He's like the offensive coordinator. But him and Rick Brunson, I mean, unbelievable with what they do with the players, how they act, the example that they set. I think you always see these championship teams, they always have great teams, obviously, but the coaching staff, how they handle themselves is always what sets those teams apart and gets them over that hump to win that game five or six or seven. Like you see it with, Spoelstra and his staff and Popovich and his staff and Kerr and his staff, who Mike Brown was on that staff too. So, that's my one group of guys that I think really held it together for us. And then number two is Big Country, Mitchell Robinson. What an absolute,
Country.
what an interesting, you talk about an anomaly. That man is so weird and so
Weird
odd
as fuck,
and
bro.
has no offensive bag, can't do anything with the ball unless
Can't
it's a
shoot a free
lob,
throw to save his life.
can't
Giant
shoot a
human.
free
Yeah.
throw, but just so big. And I think that it's going to be overlooked because there was so many huge moments in that series. But that game five, when he got that offensive rebound off the free throw
Oh man.
over Wemby, and grabbed that from him
Yep.
and kicked the ball back out to OG for him to hit another free throw to go up. That's when we went up. That was pretty much the end of the game right there. I think that small moment and to stay ready, he was playing a minute and a half, yanked out.
Yeah.
2 minutes, yanked out, sit for 12. Come in for 30 seconds and the half. I think to stay physically ready, but also mentally ready to go in and be like, okay, I got to go guard this big giant, freak.
He also
Um,
had to play a lot because Cat was in foul trouble for
yeah. So it's like
Exactly.
you
And
go
he
from
was
subs.
injured the whole time, broken
Yeah,
hand
the
type shit.
pinky. Yeah, the pinky was fucked up. But I mean, to see him be like that and then just come through and that he had his one moment and he took advantage of it.
But I think that's like goes back to number one, great coaching. For you to have a player like that and use him to his strengths, not trying to make him do more than what he needs to
Yeah.
do. Yeah, nah, big respect for Robinson, who was kind of like under delivering because of injuries so far in his
Yeah.
career.
Always hurt.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I
So
feel
this
like
was
his
huge for
offensive
him.
game disappeared.
Yeah. He
This was
he
huge for him.
it's weird because I'll send you guys a video, but his like off season work is crazy. Between the leg, hezzy pull up three, cash,
Every
like
NBA player could do that. Yeah.
and it's but like then he gets to the game, it's like he gets the ball at the key and he's like, get this shit out my hand.
Nah,
He's like, I don't want this shit,
when
bro.
I was like 12 years old and I seen Dwight Howard doing all that shit, hitting threes,
Bro.
I was like, oh, this NBA shit different. Yeah.
But um number three, shout out to my Puerto Rican people, man. You already brought him up once, man. Jose Alvarado.
Que la
Um,
que hay.
just another spark plug that you could just plug in for 2 minutes and that man is gonna run like his family's held up with a gun. Like he's gonna go give you 125%. He'll dive on the ground. He'll go toe to toe with Wemby. Took an elbow from Wemby. Of course, they didn't call it. But he took him right to the mouth and
Tackle
just kind of
Wemby.
kept going. Picked his leg up, fucking slammed him. I'm like, yo. But I think like,
Yeet.
I think the team looks at that and be like, damn, like if he's doing all that, I gotta pick it up a notch. And
For sure.
he in that game, game four, I mean, he had two big threes. And for a guy that doesn't
Hmm.
shoot that much or doesn't even play that much, again, to stay ready enough to have that confidence, again, goes back to number one. Like those are coaches being like, yo, get out there and just fire because it's gonna go in. And he had that little turnaround spin layup that just kind of
Hmm.
got everybody fired up. I don't know if y'all got
And
anything to
he's
talk about
one
my
of
boy Jose.
the pieces of the heart of the team. Like this is
Hard,
a New
bro.
York bred
Bro, from Christ the King
Brooklyn
High School, man.
native, bruh, like Puerto Rican, New Yorican, like, yeah,
Everything you could
needed him
want.
on the team, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. Needed him on the team.
I couldn't imagine how he's feeling winning for your
Oh
hometown.
my God. And then going to the Puerto Rican Day Parade the next day, and then the,
Yeah.
the parade tomorrow.
There's there's
Living the dream.
coming back to reality in like a couple of months. It's gonna be tough for that guy because he's living high right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Completely fearless too. Like I loved any
Oh,
time he had it matched up versus Wemby.
did
Like you
not
could tell
care.
which players were scared. You could tell which ones were absolutely not.
Yeah. And that kind of goes into my next point. Number four, probably the most important but kind of looked over is
Hmm.
the Leon Rose, James Dolan, William Wesley, the
Yeah, I love this stuff.
VPs. And it's solely because that team is guys they went out and got themselves. These guys weren't drafted. It wasn't like
No,
that.
sir.
They went and got Josh Hart, OG, obviously Jalen, Mikhail, Cat,
Bunch of moves.
Jose. Like they did all this to make this happen. And and they also got Mike Brown too. They went and chose Mike
That was the
Brown. Yeah. And
biggest hit.
people were hating on it. And I kind of sat back. I was like, why? This guy's won before. The Kings were good with him,
You know
but
they're
they
not
just
fucking with black
decided to
coaches, bro.
they just don't fuck with him.
Hmm.
But he was with Golden State. I mean, who better to learn from than Steve Kerr and
Part of the
that whole
dynasty, yes,
run?
sir.
Yeah. Then, like I said, he went to Sacramento and had a good season. And then they're like, nah, we're
Yeah.
good. We're
That's when they
good.
win 7 games versus the Warriors.
Yeah, they were good. And they
Yeah.
just
That
were
was
like,
being the
no.
light, right?
Yeah.
Beam the light. Beam the light. Yes,
So
sir.
I think that was a huge thing with those guys to sit down and be like, we got it. We have to spend money. Fuck them picks. Give it to them. Here, Nets take all five of our first rounders. We do not care. And then go get guys like, Josh Hart's not a big superstar. Like he's not going to take over a game, but he's going to give you everything he's got. Like all those guys they picked up want to win, and I think that's the difference between some players on the Knicks and some players elsewhere, like De'Aaron Fox. He's just waiting for his contract extension.
Do you think this is going to be that could possibly like light off a trend of people becoming more aggressive with their assets?
I think you have to. I mean, how many guys do I know the draft, obviously great players come from the draft, of course, but we see these guys hit their stride when they when they're traded. We see a lot of that. And I think you kind of have to to win, you got to spend, you got to trade, you got to give up, you got to just
Yeah,
sometimes,
I asked because it's like on the opposite side, the Spurs like they were built differently,
yeah,
right? They paid one guy in a trade last year, and then they drafted four fire. Bryant's young and raw, but he's a promising rookie.
yeah,
Obviously, not on the same level as Castle and Wemby and Harper, but they did it the opposite. So it'll be interesting. I think it might have a little bit of a ripple effect in the organization.
for sure. And then,
Yeah, and you kind of saw this a little bit with OKC and Indiana, like
mm,
these great overall teams and not like the big three or the big two that was popular for a bit.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. And then my last one, man, number five, unsung heroes, is the fans, man.
yeah,
The
huge.
fans, I mean, outside of the crazy shit that people were, talking about getting beat up and that shit is not, those are not Knicks fans. Those are people trying to get their clips,
Those are
whatever
just
they're trying
demons,
to
bro.
do.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie, those are just demons,
just
bro.
trying to be out there and be involved with some crazy shit. But, the people that paid 40, 25, 10, $15,000 to go watch their team play and I think it was like 30% or 40% of that game four or game five was Knicks fans, bought from
Yeah,
New York and
Yeah.
New Jersey area code.
The
So
celebs that like travel with the team, I'm like, nah,
yeah,
that's
man,
big time.
it's crazy. You saw Taylor Swift. I know that's
Fuck
Dixon's
out of here.
Dixon's
careful,
soft
Dixon.
spot.
Yo,
So,
careful.
Fuck
Don't
out of
sell.
here. Shorty from Tennessee. Shorty from Tennessee. Come on, bro.
but I mean, you saw people out there, man, like that were it's just the fans
Fat
really
Joe,
did.
Joe Buttons, like
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
your
Even
Ben
Trump,
Stillers.
Is a New Yorker.
Even
Like,
Trump, man.
yeah.
He's been a Knicks fan too. Like he
Yeah,
used to go.
exactly. And
Like
that's the
he's not
people I
new.
respect.
I'm
Like,
sure.
bro, when y'all was there, when them boys was, yeah, we already
I don't
went through
fuck
that.
with Sidney Sweeney with the Jalen Brunson.
No, no,
Get the fuck
no.
out of here,
Get that
man.
shit off.
Get the fuck out of here. But I mean, like your real Knicks fans, like that have
Chris
went through
Rock and
those.
all them, like them real New Yorkers, Ben
Yeah.
Stiller and them, like, yeah,
No. And then just even the fans that just are 50, 60 years old that just have just stuck by him. It's
for sure.
those people really make the difference. And when you travel the way that, and every team has talked about how well New York always travels. I mean, it's insane, and it makes a huge difference. I think it's a confidence booster. It kind of, the team can lean on them when they're kind of down to hear the MVP chants and all that stuff. So I mean, that's my top five unsung heroes for the 2026
Fam,
finals, man.
you let me down though. You let the whole team down.
Why?
The biggest player on that whole list was supposed to be Josh Hart.
Of
Like, let me tell
course,
you,
but he's not
bro.
unsung, man. That's like
You're
he's
saying like
known
he's
for
not
this.
even unsung. Like he's that great
He's
that
I'm
he's
talking like outside the starting
yeah.
Outside the
five.
bubble,
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
of course, I'm gonna
Okay.
think Josh. I mean,
Because Josh
it,
Hart, bro, you can't
oh
just have
yeah,
a great leader. You need to have that guy that's willing to crash out for that great leader to get
a
the rest
hundred
of the
percent.
team. To
I
get
think
the rest of the team.
he's just past the
Oh,
underrated
okay. You
unsung.
you
This is
had me
like
nervous as fuck,
nah,
bro.
this
I
is
ain't gonna
like the
lie.
guys that like your normal fans or your
I was
like
like,
outside
he's
of
not
Knicks
gonna say
This
fans.
is like the
Josh
seventh, eighth,
Hart.
ninth man type shit.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
like
oh,
down the
okay.
bench, like people that watch basketball know that Josh Hart's like,
Got you.
he's gonna give you the best 2 and 12 you're ever gonna see. You know what I mean? Like I think he
Two
did that. I
twelve and
think game
9.
five was like 1 and 10. So
Nah,
fuck
that
it. I
Draymond
think
Bill goes crazy.
he legit that was his stat line for game five was he hit that one free throw and missed the other one and had 10 rebounds. So, he's known for that. That's why he's not
Yeah, no.
unknown. But this is
Super
like,
crucial.
yeah, so I mean that's it, man. I think it was without that little besides the starting five, like that little five right there, I mean, that really kind of just got them to another level.
You would have went out there though if you could have. that
If I
night.
could have, bro, I 100%
I
would have
damn
been
near
there.
wanted to go there, like just to fuck around.
Yeah,
You know that
no,
shit turned into Gotham, bro.
that's
Oh
kind of
my
actually,
God,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's
true,
hilarious.
Tyler, that shit turned into Gotham, brother.
Yo, I saw a video of this guy. He was like Swedish or some shit. He's like, "Oh, it's my first day in America," and he turns his phone, and it's the kids jumping on the burning school bus. That was
Yeah, it's
Holy
fucking crazy. It's
shit.
like I saw it was like 68 people got arrested, 4 people got stabbed, 1 person got shot.
bro. It's like, what are we doing?
But
Like
look,
yo,
you
like we
know what?
just,
I'm not
it's
even
crazy.
mad because this is a representation of New York, the good, the bad, and the ugly, bro. Like,
I
this
guess.
is what it is, fam. Like, y'all can't have it one way, not the other. We know what New York is on, bro, and it's all good.
True.
You know
And
what I
shout out
thought
to the
of? It's
people that
like,
got hurt. My fault.
yeah, you're like partying over here. Just like 4 people almost
Like,
died.
them people that got stuck
You're like,
driving and their cars just got rampled.
Stomped
I'm
out.
yo,
sorry,
it's crazy.
but
Yo,
where is your social recognition, fam?
Yo, I was thinking about if you're a cop that day before and you're like, oh shit, tomorrow at work is gonna be crazy. And you
That's
don't know
like
what,
that's like Adidas day before Black Friday. Like, oh,
yes.
here we
You're like,
go.
man, tomorrow's gonna be literally
The
hell.
worst. You can't do shit about it.
All right. So one thing I do want to tip on, let's go to the losing side real quick. Few
Yes,
things I
sir.
want to say. They had too many rookie mistakes, too many mental mistakes in big moments, especially. Clutch clutch time, they were just out clutched by the clutches.
Yes, sir.
Even their veterans, I mean, the Fox play was pretty, like, I see what he was saying, but to get blocked by OG at that moment and then the tip in went in was wild. That's what she said. So the inconsistent play also. Castle had, what was it, game 2 or 3? I think he had like 24 at the half. He was on fire. The next 2 games, he was either in foul trouble. He was like, at
Yeah.
one point there was five points, 4 fouls, and
He
then game
disappeared
five,
for like 2 games, yeah.
he just wasn't there offensively. And then I think there's something weird going on with Harper and Fox. I think there's a battle between who's going to get these minutes. And I think game 5 showed, like, no, Harper needs to get these. Fox can't be
But
in
it
these.
was too late to come to that
It was too late.
realization.
It was too late, which goes back to coaching. And one of the biggest things I have to admit, Wemby got tired too
Yes, sir.
much. And it was tough to see because they needed him in those moments. And that's why they lost. The
For sure.
inexperience, they got tired down. I didn't tell you all this because I forgot to mention it last episode. I didn't like how they won Western Conference Finals.
Mhm.
I didn't like that they were that happy that they won to go to the
Oh, you
finals.
talking about the celebration.
Wemby crying, Castle hugging. I think it's great.
That
It's
was
a
their
great.
Super Bowl. You can tell,
Yes,
like, beating OKC was
yes.
their,
That was their focus all year, is to
yeah,
beat OKC, and they did it. When they celebrated, it was almost like everything was let out. It's what it felt like, at least. And I think that came into fruition because there
came
was
back to
that
bite them in the ass.
the physicality was there, but the hunger for certain players I didn't feel like was there, like it
Right,
was in that series.
right.
I don't know if that's just me. What do you think about that?
Nah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
100%.
for sure. It gave me the same vibes as when Minnesota went into the play-in that one time with Pat Bev crying, throwing his jersey. Like it gave me that same like I get, yeah, hey, y'all made it to the finals. Only 2 teams can say that every year, and you are one of them. But you could just tell, and obviously I go back to the Knicks, like when they won, there was no, it was just like,
It was
all right,
business.
like
It,
this
I'm
ain't
not
even it.
finished.
Like we need more. It's that
Even
same.
after game 1, game 2, they
Yeah,
were still
it's
on
just
there.
like the Kobe shit. Job's not finished. Like what's there to be
in
happy about?
in 2023, when the Heat went to the finals, the Eastern Conference show, everybody they get it. Not everybody, but MVP, the trophy. Jimmy Butler didn't want to hold the trophies,
Hmm.
and that's the mentality that you have to have.
Hey, his dumb ass should have held him though, because he didn't hold the finals one.
No, but that with that mentality, like this isn't the goal. Like this is great. We get
Yeah,
celebrated, but this isn't the goal.
exactly. That's the mentality you have to have.
Yeah, yeah. Anything y'all want to add on the losing Spurs before the
Yeah, bro.
next?
I wanna talk about Wemby real quick. Like,
Yeah.
what did y'all think? What do y'all think? You think he's still in the projection? To me, he's doing an eerily similar career path after this, like LeBron. Made it to the finals mad early when you weren't supposed to. Went up against a great team, got your ass whooped, learned your lessons, but I still think he's gonna continue to be him. But what do y'all think about Wemby, the whole playoff performance? Like, what did you learn about him? Tyler, I'll let you go first.
I think we saw nothing but greatness. I
Yeah,
think there was some games that I think they use him a little improper, in my opinion.
facts.
I know these guys forgot more basketball than I've ever learned, right? But I think they don't use him properly. I feel like they use him too much on the perimeter, especially of how their team's constructed.
Get
But
his ass in that mid post, bro.
yeah, he's like by the foul line where he should be by the two block. But that's my opinion. That's what I think. I think he needs to be more involved. I think he can average 17 rebounds a game.
Yeah.
But when you're literally playing five out and you got three people on the 3 point line, like man, like look at your roster physically.
And
Like
he needs to develop a signature move. Every
yeah,
superstar got one. You need one move that when everything goes to fail, this is your move. And he has so many options he could choose from to be
yeah.
that.
So throughout the playoffs specifically, I thought it was nothing but a grand entrance to not only the NBA world but uh, globally
Yes,
as
sir.
a
Grand
super duper
entrance is
star.
fire.
Um, the OKC one is where ball like you watch basketball. We all watch basketball, religiously to a fall at points, but we're seeing something special. And the 40, what was it, 42 and 24 game
Yeah.
sticks out in my head like crazy. And also, you don't see it on paper, but what he does defensively allows them to play a different kind of defense that we've seen. It's almost like Wemby gets everything within the 3 point line, a little bit extended here and there, and you have four people on the perimeter, and you have dogs on the outside that are physical
Straight
and
dogs.
so what they can do with him defensively is amazing. We talked about it last episode. Shea driving to the lane in a crucial moment into the game to have a huge moment. He passed it out because Wemby was there. Now Brunson kind of took a shit on him with those threes that we talked about earlier, but that OKC one specifically was like wow, Western
That
Conference
was his
Final.
shining moment.
That was like yes, he's here. The Wemby moment is here now, edging himself into the history books as from here on out.
Gotta get back.
Yeah, Connor, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, just kind of watching. I never really watched Wemby as much. Like watched like the big games, LKC games, like, the ones that everybody kind of watches.
They're on
And
TV, yeah, like the
yeah, but
national
to see him play and kind of see how he plays, he's just a real emotional basketball player. But you got to realize that shit means I think we touched on the last one. Those foreign players, bro, they do not fuck around with their sports. Like that's their fucking life. And you could tell that it just means everything to him to win. And I know you talked about like how his defense is like kind of his strength, kind of let him kind of roam and float around. But I also think that's one of the weaknesses of him is because he gets so tired from doing that, where he
Hmm.
kind of
good
keeps
point.
he's got to come out here real quick, but he's got to come back here, and there's so much of that. And I think that's sometimes why he kind of relies on that 3 point shot too, is because he's so beat down from 4 or 5 kind of chasing people off the blocks and stuff. Because I think it was either game 2 or maybe it was game 3 that they won. He was just kind of driving down the lane, just going like this, and then
Yeah,
bang, it was like 3 in a row, and I'm like, there's
yeah.
literally nothing you can do because either he's gonna make it, he's gonna get fouled, or he's gonna get fouled and he's gonna make it.
Or you're just gonna grab the ball.
Yeah, all he has to do is just this and just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's sick to watch. And I just was like, if they just kind of force him on the inside and just let him stay there, he could have those 17 rebounds. He'll have those 40-point games. He doesn't have to take the three 10 times.
Yeah, he
Um,
should be shooting 3 10s a game.
yeah, he can't do those
10 free
things.
throws.
And I think that if this offseason, I think they need to focus on finding a Mitchell Robinson, not a Luke Cornett or a Bismack Biyombo. Like, you kind of got to get off those two. Like, it's funny because Cornette, when he was with the Knicks, he was a 3-point shooter. He was like kind of lethal with the shot.
What?
Yeah, if you look back, like he kind of had a ratchet, but now he's just like
What
he's just
the fuck?
pass screen, gets the
Yeah,
ball
they just
inside,
turned him
pump
into a
fake,
bot.
kicks it out. So I feel like if they had a guy that can produce a little bit better than, like I said, Bismack and Luke Cornett, like he'll be in such a better spot to where like he can kind of play a little bit longer because he's got some better guys coming off the bench.
That's a great idea. Get him like another running big man to play
Yeah, get him
alongside him.
somebody else. Like I mean honestly like a Mitchell Robinson that can kind of take that defensive like hurt down low. He doesn't have to take it the whole
Yeah.
game. Or what's Buddy from played with the Celtics and I plays for the
Robert
Trailblazers.
Williams.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
like
yeah.
that out
That's
there. Like,
perfect.
that would be a perfect, spot. But, we'll see.
How pissed off were you when you seen he mushed Jalen Brunson in the face like that?
Yeah, I mean that's one of my points. I didn't want to talk too long, but like he's kind of fucking dirty, man. And by kind
Look,
of, I mean he's real fucking dirty.
yeah.
And I get, and it's fucked because any inadvertent elbow is like a flagrant, especially like to the face. And he had one against Jose, which wasn't called. Then he had the mush that they even reviewed after the game. They're like, nope, looks good to us.
Yeah, which was
Yo, he was very protected. I was like, oh, Adam Silver found his new
Oh, and
LeBron.
yeah,
then
they
Like,
don't
were
forget
beating the
the
shit out of him every
yeah,
play.
yeah,
and then the closeout on Jalen Brunson where he kind of his ankle kind of just was like that,
Oh yeah, that
and
was
then made the three.
yeah.
Like that's Jalen got called for something even softer than that.
You got the flagrant call, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like sitting there like, is this? It's such a. We talk about things being rigged or whatever. Like I don't think it's like the game, the score. It's just like the things that happen.
Superstar treatment. Yeah, you could tell certain
Yeah,
players are
but like
favorites for
sometimes
him.
it's like, is anybody else seeing this besides us? Like that's crazy because
That mush in the face was insane.
yeah, because the
yeah,
next flagrant he would have had was a suspension.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
you
it's
could tell
like,
they were trying their best not to get there,
you know how much money they lose without him playing?
for sure.
The ratings go down, it's just a whole different game.
Man, I think it's tough for Wemby because I feel like, yeah, he has become dirty, but I feel like he's kind of had to because of
Yes,
his frame, because of his
he just
youth, his
pushed around.
inexperience. And bro, players can't guard him. So you have to
Yeah.
resort to other shit, like holding his arm, being super physical with him, trash talking. So this is just his way of combating that. But he's gonna have to learn to be a little bit more even kill and just hit the weight room.
I think he will too. I mean, he's
Yeah.
22. Wow, a little bit.
No, for
Like, yeah,
sure.
AD didn't fill out a lot, but he filled out a little bit. He got
Yeah.
stronger.
He's
Oh,
gonna get that
AD?
Giannis build soon for
No,
sure.
AD got AD
I don't
got
think
AD got a little
Giannis.
brolic.
I mean, remember how skinny Giannis
You know, I
was?
remember, but Giannis is fucking.
He's
I
kind
think
of
he's
big, but
now.
Wemby got big, bro. Like from
He got
last
bigger
year to
from
this
year.
year,
Yeah, yeah.
he
He'll
looks
keep
He's
getting bigger for sure.
bigger. He's not no fucking like LeBron, but he definitely is stronger. Watch next year. He's gonna come back. He's probably 7 pounds heavier, but just he's gonna look big.
For
so
sure.
is he 7'4", 7'5", 7'6"? What is he?
7'5",
7'5"
man.
at least. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
seven
Because
five.
I'm pretty sure we've heard all of those
Yeah, 7'5"
from.
at least.
It is
Crazy,
crazy to see.
crazy.
So, anything y'all want to add on the finals?
Nah, that was good.
This has been
Nah,
a
bro,
great
that was it.
episode.
Hey, beautiful, beautiful finals for the culture. Like I said
Love it,
earlier.
love it, love it. So I'm gonna go into a bit of a rapid fire for all the teams that lost in the playoffs. Most of the teams. Um, You could go out however in depth you want to go. I'm going to give you the team, and I'm going to ask you a question.
Real quick.
Fast, rapid.
Dixon with the Rockets. Is there another Durant problem?
Get KD the fuck out of here, bro. KD's toxic. KD's a virus. At this point, that's just what he is. He was not injured in the playoffs. I want to let people know that. He literally missed playoff games from toxicity. You know how bad that is?
That's
Get KD.
inexcusable.
Bro, that's so bad. Your team would rather, you're an all-time great talent. You have the talent to win this
You're a
series,
top 20 player of all
but
time.
we'd rather sit you because how toxic you've been off the court. Crazy. That whole team hates him. He's out of there.
Connor, does Houston have a problem?
Houston has a problem. I don't think it's a KD problem, and it usually is though.
Okay.
And I think he's always the thing with KD. He's always going to be part of the problem, just because he's just him. And
Okay.
we've seen this with how many teams now. It doesn't change. I just think the lack of like a true point guard, Van Fleet was
Facts.
hurt and Steven Adams was hurt. Like it forced KD to kind of play a different position, which wasn't his natural position. It kind of threw the balance of the team off. But KD's always been a problem. Next.
Nuggets. Did Denver lose a Jokic prime year? Connor, I'll start with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Who's
Um, it, the thing is, they get boxed in with that luxury tax because they got these huge contracts, and I think they're just strapped with how much they can actually do.
Yep.
Like the team they roll out is always on papers, always looks good, but I just think that they're gonna be forced to kind of make a couple decisions.
Well,
Um,
they paid players that got worse.
yep,
It's just what it is. Murray and Jokic Murray had a great season,
He
but
did.
Christian Brown, like nothing. He reverted.
nothing.
A lot of players on the team just reverted. Let's not mention that MVP. Jokic was second in MVP.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a Jokic problem. It was literally fucking withered away. Dixon, what do you think?
He got bodied in the playoffs by Minnesota. Let's not forget that. So that did happen. But yeah, Aaron Gordon, you gotta go. You were great. You got your ring. You allowed Joker to play, this point center, but it just ran its course. They were a great team, but
Get out of there.
pack him up. Gotta go.
T Wolves, how can they improve? Dixon.
Man, I think that Ant Edwards injury was overlooked.
Yeah, that
I
was a
think
big
they
deal.
could have, yeah, that was a huge deal. I think that definitely stifled them. I don't know if they would have beat the Spurs because the Spurs was just on a different type of run, but I think Minnesota just got to keep doing them. Get rid of Julius Randle if you can. Like by now, this is the egg on your face. Like Cat went and got a ring, and Julius Randle sucked in the playoffs once again. So pack him up, get him out of here.
Connor?
Yep, exactly. I think that's the biggest thing was there was they forced Cat out, and I'm not really sure why. I don't know why. Um, and then I just think the Randall, the Gobert contract. It seems like they're always hunting for like one of those superstars, and like I feel like they just keep chasing what's next instead of just being like, hey, let's focus on what we have right here. We got a good core. Like we gotta figure out how we can get better without trying to chase every Kyrie and Giannis, and it's just you got to get off that.
I think
They
they
got to
dropped.
keep Edwards. They got to keep what's
And don't
the
forget
other one?
Dante DiVincenzo got hurt too. I know he's not like a superstar, but definitely serviceable.
Player. Yeah. I think their big mistake is Randall. They're gonna have to move, but they need to move Gobert's money. I think having so much money into
Pack
Gobert
him up.
is yes, I understand the defense, but he's not winning DPOYs anymore, right? And on top of that, the offense is a zero. We're in an offensive boom league, scoring more than ever, more efficient than ever, and you have zero from your second highest player.
Hmm.
Second highest player. That's a tough situation. Thunder. If Jay Will stays healthy, are they in the finals? And do we
Yeah, I
see
think
the Knicks
so.
five?
I think so. A Mitchell, Jay Will, I think they would have made it. They just got to keep running it back. They have fucking 10 more first round picks, so they might make a few tweaks here and there, but they're going to be a team to reckon with for the next 5 years easily.
Do they do they beat New York, or does New York still win?
Nah, man, I don't know. New York was on a some
There was
things
so
are
much
just
so much magic with New York. It was hard.
yeah, bro. Some things is just destiny, bro. Like
Con-
there was nothing that could have stopped that.
Connor, Jay Will hangs around. They make it farther.
100%. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was the biggest thing is, but I mean, you got to think like going into next year, like there's a kind of dilemma with the veterans. Like you got Hartenstein, Lou Dort, like these guys have huge team options too. So it's like now they're in that same. You see these teams, I think, that are so good for a while, and they have like SGA, but it's like now what do you do with these contracts, right? Because it's like you want to keep those guys because they're integral part of the team, but also it's like do they deserve that much money? Now they're a year older, a year more of injuries. Where do you go next?
Yeah. Last team in the West, the Spurs. Connor, what does the future hold for the Spurs?
Oh man, if I'm a Spurs fan, I'm mad we lost, but I'm also like we're about to dominate the West for like the next 5 to 7 years, and they're just gonna get better. Got with like guys like Harper. You're gonna get away from De'Aaron Fox this year.
Got to.
There's already rumors about him going to New York because his connection with Mike Brown, all that shit. I hope not.
Oh wow.
That
But,
would be nasty work.
that would be kind of crazy though, having him coming off the bench instead of somebody like Shamit. I don't
He's making 60 M's. He ain't coming off the bench.
know.
Bro, he's gonna be the fourth highest paid player in the league.
Isn't
The
that
fourth.
crazy?
What the fuck?
For what? For what? But no, they're set up for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, got it. Fox got to get out of there though, eventually,
Yeah, for sure.
and get some more
Uh,
vets in there.
yeah,
Mix
yeah.
it up.
Going to the East. What more can the Pistons do? They just won the first. They won the one seed. Made it to the second round. Dixon, what can the Pistons do to improve?
They just got to get more shooters. That's it. Hey, and Tyler
And
Robinson. Tyler Robinson, that's love. Like the fact you came back and were on the first seed, Detroit played valuable minutes. That's respect. But yeah, they just gotta get more shooters in there.
and Jalen Duren needs to not be a 9-9 guy in the playoffs.
Yeah, you can't
He
get
went from
bitched
like
by
20-11 and
he
disappeared.
got
Connor,
bitched by Orlando. Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think the theme of the East is just get more experience because the Pistons, the Magic, even like obviously we talked about the Spurs, but like these teams are young teams and they're gonna get there, but it's just like how long is it gonna take and how long do you just say, well, shit, now we just gotta trade Cade, we gotta trade, Jansen, we gotta trade these guys out of here. But I mean, the Pistons are, I mean, they're just one or two shooters away from number one seed again. They got a chance.
see, I don't believe that because they were the one seed and we knew they were not going to do anything.
Because of their what? Because they're too young.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess. Yeah, I guess you're
you
right.
never
Yeah,
like their team rosters heavy on the defense. So yeah, they got to shake some shit up.
okay, I guess you're right. Yeah, you guys are right.
You-
Going to Orlando, is Paulo someone that can carry a franchise?
Yeah, I think so. I think he showed up big time in these playoffs, and they just got to keep going. I think they got a great roster.
Are you going to put your eggs in for Franz? Hurt again? Supposed to be the second best player.
Nah, I put my eggs in Paulo and Black. I like those two a lot.
You think Black?
Hmm.
Con-
Franz is cool.
Yeah, no, another team. It's funny. All these teams have such a, on paper, look so solid, but game's not played on paper, man. But I think they got a good little thing with Baines over there too, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So it's like they have
Jalen
some guys that
Suggs.
Yeah, they got guys that are kind of like those. They're veterans now. I
Yeah.
feel like you get another vet or two in there. It's like they can kind of help kind of guide that ship when it gets a little rocky out there.
That's what them young teams need. Those
Yeah.
vets.
So a team that isn't so young, the 76ers. Connor, what moves can these old bastards make?
Just get everybody the fuck out of there, man. You gotta get Paul George out of there,
Yo,
man.
we got Maxi and VJ. Everything else, you can go.
Everything,
That's
anybody,
it, bro.
Paul George is gone. Obviously, Kyle Lowry's gone. He didn't even play. And Embiid's hurt every 5 seconds. Like, I think they got to figure that part out. Like, he can't walk into the arena without getting hurt. But I think Edgecombe is got a real bright future. He was right up. I think the rookie of the year thing was so tough this year. I feel like
Yeah,
any
hell
other
yeah.
year he'd be a little bit
He probably
further
would have
up.
had
But
it, yeah.
no, this team. I mean, Maxi's is a fucking superstar, dude. Love
Fuck
him.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Dixon,
But
what do you
but
think?
they won't get rid of Embiid, will
They
they?
won't. They're gonna give him
No,
an
they're paying
extension.
him. Ain't nobody taking that.
Hell no.
But it's
You're gonna have to
getting
get multiple
worrisome.
first round picks to
It's
just to
getting
take that.
worrisome with him because he's always injured, and when he's on the court, he's visibly injured.
Yeah, you can see it.
So that's where it's like, oh, are you just never gonna be the same again?
Bro, he doesn't
Like,
even want to play basketball anymore. He's okay with just
oh
never
Lord.
winning, man. That's the mindset that it's what I talked about in the beginning is like the mindset of Brunson and compared to somebody like Embiid, like it's just totally different. Brunson wants to win, or well, I'm sorry, Embiid wants to win, but Brunson needs to win, man. Like he
Yes,
needs
sir.
that shit in his life. And that's where they differ.
Dixie, what can Philly do?
Philly. Yeah, like you said. Sell
And
everyone
by the
besides
way,
Edgecombe and Maxi. Pack them up.
Um, Dixon, what happened to the Cavs in the playoffs?
But
The
and
see,
Harden,
that's
literally,
bro, that's something I don't even know if you could fix. You just got a bunch of bitch made players. Like, I'm sorry.
you got
Like
Mobley, you got
Allen,
Donovan,
these are nice guys. Very nice guys.
Harden.
Donovan is a dog, but he needs more dogs with him. So, and I don't think they're gonna. It's a great team, like on paper, like Connor keeps saying, but I don't. I think they got something that you can't fix.
Damn, Connor, what do you think?
yeah, I mean, I gotta go in a little bit with the Cavs, a little longer than most. I think that they're such a weird team.
Yeah,
It's such a weird, like it's like they're all good players and some great players. They just don't gel well together. It's like it seems like they're all kind of going in different directions when
No
when
team
they
chemistry.
play. There's no gel. Like there's no like you see really good ball movement with the Knicks. You see really good ball movement with the Spurs, with the Thunder, the Celtics. They all look like they've been there for 15 years together. That team, like you got, Harden just kind of I don't know what he does half the time. Jared Allen, real nice guy, but like he said last year, the lights are too bright. I would
Oh my
never in my
God.
life say that once I just got
What a
destroyed by a
dick.
team. Like you just say, like it just looks like they're just like, yeah, we love being out here. Like we love basketball. Like this is great. Like get the fuck out of
basketball's
here, man.
fun.
Yeah, this is awesome. But I think they got to, I mean, Harden got arrested anyway, so you got to see. I don't know where that's
Oh
gonna go.
Lord.
So it's like you got to get rid of him. You got to kind of figure out your. I think their biggest things are identity. They don't have one. Like
Right.
they're not real strong on the
They
inside. They
need
don't
like
have
those
like.
culture people, like Josh Hart and
Yeah,
them.
you
Oh yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you
point.
you inject a Josh Hart in there. You need some shooters, but you also need an inside presence, like a
Like a
dominating
Jimmy
force. That
Butler, someone that's gonna like turn these boys up. Yeah.
would be cool. I feel like that's why like Wade went there back in the day, kind of try to get those
Yeah.
guys. But
Yeah.
they'll be
Braun.
okay. But they got to figure it out quickly.
You send Braun there. That'll be a
Then
move.
close it out. Yeah.
No, he ain't doing that.
Uh,
Last team. Connor, what do the Celtics look like next year?
Um, I mean, dude, are we gonna talk about?
I refuse that they're gonna be um the same team
It
because of
depends
Steve.
on who they get during free agency and things like that. If the rumors are true, I won't even talk about it. But I think that I mean, I feel like the Celtics are always gonna be fine. They're always gonna be good. They're always gonna be a top three, top five team in the league, no matter what. But again, another year older. the year of injuries. Is Jalen Brown going to be there next year? What does Tatum look like after the whole surgery and some extra time to recover now? It's interesting.
I
So
mean, let's not forget, like, he did miss a game 7. If he
yeah,
plays that game, they win.
yeah.
Uh,
But that injury that's a nagging. That injury doesn't go away at the end of the day.
yeah, I mean, we talked about it. I'd rather him sit than play if it
A
was hurt.
100%. A
The
hundred
We
only
percent.
can't
time he
lose
plays if
Tatum.
it's like the finals.
Yeah, we can't lose Tatum for another year because of a first round.
Right.
So that with KD, remember he came back from the Achilles
Yeah,
thing and then ruptured it that same game?
that was
Yeah.
terrible. That was
Crazy.
terrible. Dixon, what does Boston look like next year?
Every offseason it's the same question. Is JB gonna get traded or not? And this offseason, we're here. It's the same cycle. And it's gonna happen one of these years. I'm like, no. One
Is
of
it
these
this year?
years. If that guy Connor was alluding to is available, 100% it'll
Well,
happen.
let's talk about it. Let's Giannis, obviously last couple days.
Giannis huge on the trade on the trade market right now.
Boston,
Wants out of Milwaukee.
kind of self-included. The media has put them in it, so everybody loves it, right?
I heard Boston made their official offer.
Right. I've also heard from similar people that Boston never
That he's
made it.
already on the fucking team, right?
Yeah, everybody knows everything until something happens. So
Yeah. NBA free agency is weird. It's always like what you think is gonna happen doesn't happen, but I don't I don't think it'll happen yet with JB.
I
But
don't think so either.
I
No,
think
I
the
don't
thing
think so.
that's hurting JB more than anything that he's doing on the court is like the whole podcasting and all that shit. And I support that 100%, but you got to know who you are. Like when you're looked at as a controversial figure already, like a Draymond or JB, and then on top of that, you go on a podcast and then you say controversial shit, it's gonna make it hard for you in terms of like how much the team is willing to keep you and all that shit.
And also, the national media is gonna put Boston up before Miami. Like we all know that. The
Yeah.
only person in the national media I've seen actually pro Miami for Giannis, and I can't believe it, is your boy Stephen A.
Hmm.
And I don't watch.
Cause
I don't watch.
you know that boy want to come to Miami more often and shit. Come on, bro.
True. So Connor, what do you think happens with Giannis? You think that you're buying into the Boston?
I feel like there's always going to be like my question is why if Milwaukee does it the right way and says, "Hey, look, we're going to trade you. We got packages from this team, and this team. Where do you want to go?" Not saying obviously we're going to send you wherever you want, but like,
Yeah.
is there one spot? Why wouldn't you want to go to Boston? They're the most championship team ready. Doesn't mean they're gonna make it because they get them. Because obviously you have to gel, you have to adapt. You got to think there's
Giannis and
you know
Tatum.
a lot of shots. Tatum's gonna lose a lot of shots now, or is Giannis okay with not taking as many shots anymore? Or is he cool with taking half the shots that he was taking in Milwaukee? Like, there's a whole different thing now. Um, from a standpoint of looking at the future, like financially, you want to be in Miami because there's no income tax here. It's a big reason why a lot of players end up in Miami anyway, because the contract he's gonna get is gonna be stupid.
Yeah, it's like 4 years, 280, I think. Some shit.
Yeah, so like that goes. So Massachusetts got high tax. Miami obviously doesn't have an income tax, so it's like that's gonna play into it. Also, it's Miami, man. Like it's like the
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill. Like, why wouldn't you want to come here?
Yeah.
I think Giannis is a
Yeah.
little different. He seems more family based and shit, so
I get it, but after
who
being in
knows?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin for that long, where there's
That's
like
true. That's true.
it's like
There's
negative
nothing.
25 degrees. Like at the end of the day, it's like you want to be good where your feet are at. So I mean, Miami's a
Yeah.
great place to be.
I mean, so what was reported, like all this bullshit is reported, right? They want multiple young assets, a good player to go with that, and multiple draft picks, right? If you look at from the Boston angle, yes, JB obviously has to be in it. He has to, because what young asset and all stars are you going to send?
Oh no, they're not getting him without JB.
You look
Yeah,
at
he has to be.
you
Yeah.
look at White and who else? What young assets? Peyton Pritchard, 6'7" man.
Pritchard would be amazing to throw in there for sure.
They would have to.
But they need JB in there.
They would have to go. Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I just don't see. That's not the package that they want. That was reported. I can't say that they want because that's it's all reported, right? You don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, I saw like the report for I have it here because in my other group chat they're talking about it was Khalil Ware, Jaquez, Casper something,
You're okay, yeah. So
and then the number 13 and a future first round pick.
yeah. So you go where future player. He's 20 years old and is very promising. Jaquez, runner-up 6th man of the year, Hero, all-star, and Casper, a young prospect that dropped in the draft. That was, I think, projected 10th. We got him at 19 plus picks. So if you're looking for something you're going to get something solid back, in my opinion, that's a great trade. Now you can get JB, but what else you giving me? That's my opinion. Yeah, JB and three
But
first round
JB is
picks
better than anyone that Miami can offer.
Of course.
Instant impact.
Of course.
Right.
Of course. But what they're being reported is what Miami is offering. Exactly what Miami is offering.
We're gonna see, fam. We'll be reporting on it for sure.
Yeah, if the Heat don't get him by now, I mean, this is the closest that the superstar's ever been. Like, all directions are pointing to Miami, since like LeBron and Bosch. So if
this happens every offseason, bro.
Not this, Dixon.
No,
not
this exactly this.
Not this.
This has happened with Giannis already.
No,
Dame Lillard, Giannis, Donovan, Kawhi, Kyrie, KD, Paul George.
Dixon, not this.
Come on, bro.
Yo, we are balls deep in this. All that other shit was foreplay. Right now, they're balls deep. I'm telling you.
I hope so. I'm just not gonna get hype. I can't.
I'm telling you. This is as close. And if we don't get Giannis, this is
Hold on, but we're keeping Bam no matter what.
Bam's off the table, yeah.
Okay. So it's to pair him with Bam.
Yes. And possibly what's reported by the Heat beat guys, like the beat reporters, they land Giannis. They have other moves to be made.
What's the percentage y'all have this at? Like, I know one is
like what?
More. Like your percent. Like this is gonna happen percentage wise. That Giannis will be on the Heat starting in the Heat jersey game one
by next week because it's got.
Like, what's your percentage though?
What's the number?
70%. Like a realistic, real number. Don't give me the fan number. Give me
for what?
Number.
All right. I'm
99
phone every goddamn hour. All right.
What's the percentage, man?
Goddamn hour. I'm gonna say 75%.
75. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yo, 75.
I'm gonna say 50, and that's pretty high for me. I'm gonna say 50.
High too.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 75.
Hey.
I'm gonna say here, Boston.
Giannis being in Miami for multiple weeks. Yesterday, we reported he's looking for houses in Miami. The only Boston shit that's really being pushed is by the national media. Wendy says all signs point to Miami. Wendy, okay. Other national guys are saying the Giannis deal is done. They're waiting till the finals are over. What I'm seeing,
we're gonna see,
is Boston propaganda and Miami lovers. So that's what I'm seeing.
75%. All right, man.
Let's get out of here, fam.
Hopefully it happens.
Me too. All right, y'all. Great episode. I'm going to holler at y'all. We'll see you guys next time. If you're listening, make sure y'all like, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff. Connor, congratulations. Very happy for you,
Congrats,
my friend.
bro.
After this episode,
enjoy it.
We're back to rivals. I'll holler at y'all, boys.
For sure.
Hits and hoop season.